we have established that a woman multiplies whatever is given to her. You give her 10 naira, she gives you a meal. You give her children, she gives you a home. If you are given anything to do as a young lady, try your best. Do it to the best of your ability.
Give to gain is a theme of this year's International Women's Day. And as it sounds, give to gain, it says you can't give what you don't have. That is to say, what you give to the female child out there is what she's going to bring out also. And in this edition of NIMASA podcast, I'll be discussing with the president of the Women International Shipping and Trade Association, WISTA, Dr. Mrs. Odunayo. Annie, you're welcome, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
So now talking about International Women's Day, maybe I should first ask you, who is a woman?
A woman. If you look at the word woman, it's a compound name. Who and man. And if you go down the Bible, because I'm a Christian, that's the one I'm familiar with.
Okay.
It says that the woman was taken out of the man. So a woman is a combination of a female and a male.
Deep.
Yes, it's very deep. And a woman is the one that God has given the grace and the capacity to nurture, to give life. When you hear people talk, they say if you want something to multiply, give it to a woman. You give her romance, she gives you a child. You give her 10 naira, she gives you a meal. You give her children, she gives you a home. It's the same thing. You give her an education, then she teaches your children. She teaches the society. She gives back to the society. She multiplies everything that is given unto her. So a woman is that who has the ability to multiply whatever has been given to her.
Thank you very much. Well, that's some deep reflections here. Now, talking about the International Women's Day, now specifically for the maritime sector, of which you are the president of WISTA. That's one of the biggest, women organizations in the maritime sector. I think it's global, right?
Yes,
now,
we're in over 60 countries.
In over 60 countries. Well, very good. So now what are you doing to give to the girl child to make them understand that the maritime sector is a sector that is yet untapped, but that there are many opportunities in that sector? How are you doing this?
Thank you very, very much. I want to thank God for the people who started WISTA in Nigeria first and foremost, because without them we wouldn't be where we are today. I also want to thank the various women that are members of WISTA, doing things in their own corner, apart from the one that WISTA is doing. I'm not talking about what WISTA is doing, but I'm also going to talk about what our women are doing. The main purpose of WISTA at the beginning was for women in the maritime sector to get to the boardroom,
okay,
for us to be managers, to be able to manage resources within the industry. But as we evolve, we realize that, if we don't take on the younger ones, when we go out of the system, who are those people that will replicate what we are doing? And you are not a success if you have not produced yourself. So WISTA International decided that we should cascade down. So we now take a lot of younger people and bring them on board. So we have engineers, we have architects, we have people in the industry who are in HR, and we have people who are really on board. We have ship captains working with us and learning from us. We have people who are in maritime law, bringing up the younger people. What we do is we do a lot of outreaches, we do training, we do school debates, we do quiz, we go around, and then we have a program where we say adopt a child. What does it mean to adopt a child? We go to the Maritime Academy Honor and we say give us a girl who is doing very, very well, excellently well, but is indigent. And then we sponsor them to whatever level of education they want to attain. And we have a poster child. Our poster child is the vice president of WISTA Nigeria today. She's Captain Edidion Abalo, Shola Abalo. She's a ship captain. She works for Shell. But she is a WISTA child that was adopted from Manono, and WISTA paid for her to go through school. And today she's a ship captain, and she now has people that she's also sponsoring. So we have so many of that. We also work with the engineers, the female engineers, and as many of them as are out of school, we bring them on board, and we also help. We have some of our diamonds. Like I know that our senior advocate of Nigeria, Chiazo, she has helped quite a number of the girls for them to do sea time or to place them on ships. And we do a lot of advocacy as well. I mean, we do collaboration. We do collaboration with NIMASA, with MPA, with Shippers Council, with the private sector within the industry, and we make not just the female child this time around, students to know that there is opportunity in the maritime sector. In the maritime sector, you can be an engineer and work in the maritime sector. You can be an architect and work in the maritime sector. I'm an accountant, I work in the maritime sector. We have lawyers who are working in the maritime sector. No profession that cannot find itself in the maritime sector. And then for the NSDP program that NIMASA is doing, as many as we know that have capacity, we've tried to introduce some of them, especially those that are brilliant. We've tried to introduce them to NIMASA, and NIMASA has taken on some of them. So at least I know from the foundation that is run by Olaiton Williams, I know there are 4 graduates of the NSDP program that were taken from our foundation, and they were sponsored by NIMASA, and they are graduates today, and they are working and thriving in the industry.
You said about WISTA. One of the visions of WISTA was to find women in the boardroom, right?
Yes.
And then somebody out there is watching you and saying, oh, who is this woman there? And I like to let them know you've risen to the rank of a director in NIMASA. How did you rise there? So they can also learn how to rise.
Thank you very much. The thing is, opportunity must meet preparation in us. So it is not just enough to say affirmation, I'm a woman, and the UN says give us 35%. If the 35% is there and we don't have women who have capacity or ability, then there's nothing the industry can do. So what I would say is, for me, what I tried to do was, as much as lies within me, I kept preparing myself and making myself not only to be seen but to be relevant. There's somebody you used to say something that you may not like my face, but you cannot ignore me. That was my mantra. As much as possible, I went to school. I kept educating myself at my own cost. I did not stop from being a graduate accountant. I went to do masters. From masters, I did MSc. After MSc, I did DBA. From DBA, I did PhD. So I have 2 masters. I have 2 doctorates. That is everything that I need to do in order to make sure that opportunity meets preparation. I did, and as much as possible, I try to be diligent. If you are given anything to do as a young lady, try your best. Do it to the best of your ability. It does not matter if you are recognized or not. If you are not recognized today, tomorrow somebody will recognize it. And surprisingly, people are watching. Even when you think nobody is seeing what you are doing, somebody is seeing it. At the fullness of time, someone will point you out.
I'm going to ask you about now on board ship. We have the male, we have the female, and then of course the issue of bullying and the issue of sexual harassment, happens here and there. Now, what is WISTA as a body doing? What kind of campaign or advocacy is WISTA doing to discourage such acts on board vessels?
Thank you very much. When it comes to harassment, sexual harassment, or harassment of any kind on board, including giving ladies their own toilets and the rest of it, WISTA International, powered by all the WISTA bodies, have been at the forefront of this. We have not relented. The issue of sexual harassment has really reduced. I'm not saying it's no longer there, but because now everybody's focused on it, WISTA International especially, is at the forefront of campaigning against it. Locally, we are also campaigning against it. So, but I believe that it's really getting better. It's not as bad as it used to be.
There's a girl child on the streets. She's confused. No bearing, no supports, doesn't even know what to do next. But she's probably going to be watching this program asking, what should I do to find a purpose for my life? That's the final question for you.
So as a young lady, if you find yourself on the street, you are in a home, there's no support, but you desire to have an education or to have something to be doing, the first thing I'll say to you is, one, do not despair. Two, do not follow the wrong advice. Don't follow the wrong group. You can reach out, for example, to WISTA Nigeria. Go to our website. And if your story is credible, I'm sure we'll be able to assist you. So WISTA Nigeria, in collaboration with other female maritime association in the industry, that is WIMA, and of course WIMACA and all of them, and of course there's the Women in Entrepreneur, championed by Mrs. Safi Bana. We are coming together to do like a webinar. We'll be talking about giving and gaining. So we're going to be talking about the new tax reforms, what it means for women, how we can navigate it without running foul of the law, and we are still profitable. So we're going to be talking to you whether you are in a career person, of course you are doing payee, you are paying, whether you are in business, whether you are, whatever you are doing, you know, at your corner, because the way the tax reform is now, nobody is exempted. Before, the people in the informal sector, they were not fully captured, and there was a lot of multiplicity of taxes. So those ones have been streamlined, but everybody is now in the tax nets as much as possible. The truth of the matter is the low-income earners, they are the people that are going to gain more. So the higher your income, the more you are going to be susceptible to taxation now. So we're just going to help ourselves navigate, and this is what we'll be doing for the International Women's Day as WISTA Nigeria and as leader in the maritime industry.
Thank you very much. Although I've given WISTA a free advertisement on our program, so WISTA is going to pay us for this, Thank you very much. Mrs. Odunayo Annie. She is the president of WISTA Nigeria and also a director of Financial Services Department of NIMASA. She's told us a lot about what WISTA does, you know, to educate women, to put them in place of leadership, and of course to help them to navigate through the challenges of life. And she has said to that girl child out there, do not despair. Find a purpose and find a place. And WISTA is ready to support you if your case is genuine. And it's a wrap on this segment. My name is Femi Kumuyi. I'm wishing you all out there happy International Women's Day. Thank you and see you next segment.